had some amazing guests for Andrew's Tech Talk at 3 Zoom catch-ups. Here is a roundup of our sessions. If you would like to listen or watch these videos in full, you can catch them on our YouTube channel, Galloway's Blind, or on our Facebook groups.
Galloway's presents In Your Pocket with Brendan Lewis and Louise Humphreys.
So, in your pocket, most visibly, it appears to be a mobile phone handset, but it's actually much more than that. It's a phone, it's a media player, and it's a digital assistant all in one, and it's been designed from the ground up to support blind and visually impaired people, and it does that through having a smart voice interface. So it comes from Real Sam's parent company is actually called Real Thing Entertainment, which is an Australian company that specialises in artificial intelligence, and it's created the cleverness that sits inside in your pocket. So as I said, it's more than just a smartphone. It's a media player. It's a talking watch. It's a personal arm. There's an onboard video magnifier. It provides sighted assistance. There's a sat-nav system. There's a reminder system. So there's plenty of things in there. So it's much more than just a phone. And in fact, it's not just the handset either. We put our software on a Samsung mobile phone. We have connectivity provided by O2 Telefonica, and you can also connect it via Wi-Fi. And out on the internet, we have what's called a dialogue server. So it's a computer that kind of figures out what you're asking for and helps you and creates a response, which then it sends to the phone, and the phone speaks out loud. We have access to lots of different content sources, which I'll go into in a while. And there's also a website. Every handset has its own website that you can log into, and you can change some of the things that are going on the phone, like you can add contacts in bulk and things like that.
Galloway's presents Tech Talk at 3 with Linda Baker from Progress Lifeline.
I'd like to sort of briefly tell you today is how Progress Lifeline have been supporting people through COVID. We supply the telecare system, and we also supply the emergency responder services and the GPS support services. And throughout COVID, we've been supporting approximately 50,000 people. Along the way of COVID, we've been redeployed, and we've been calling people just to make sure that they have the right services, that they have food, that they have been signposted to the correct organisations, and that has gone down very, very well. Including yourselves, by the way. Thank you very much for helping us along the way. We did need your help at one point. What I'd like to do is tell you a little bit more about the telecare services and what we do. If I may start with the in-house telecare. Now, the in-house telecare is a system that is set up at home, and you have access to our alarm response centre 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And you may be familiar with it, but if I can just show you, there is a box here, which is a control box that plugs into your telephone socket, and attached with the box will be a red pendant alarm, which you may have seen in the past. And when that red pendant is pressed, you get automatic contact with our alarm response centre. So there's always someone there for that bit of reassurance. We also have, attached to that in-house telecare system, a variety of different sensors. Now we have, for example, the typical smoke alarm, which the fire service has okayed, so this is the approved one. And we also have carbon monoxide detectors, which can sit near any gas appliances. We have for flooding, for example, if someone leaves a tap on and forgets to turn it off, these little detectors will sit underneath the sink or underneath the shower, underneath the bath. And once the water hits the little metal feet on the bottom, then this will make a loud beep to let the person know that something has been left on. And all of these sensors will automatically be triggered back through to the alarm response center as well. So we know that there's something that has been triggered and something is wrong. We also have medication reminders. So we can, once the medication is put into this circular box, it is controlled by a timer. And if someone has forgotten to take medication, we can talk through this and we can prompt people to take the medication.
Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to Galloway's Tech Talk at 3. And this afternoon, I'm really pleased to be joined by Alan Goodyear, who's talking to us from Synaptic, a really good organisation, company that Galloway's have worked with for a long time, do some great assistive technology products for Android smartphones and tablets. And yeah, really pleased to have you here today, Alan. Welcome on board. Welcome to the Tech Talk at 3 train.
Yeah. So for those who don't know what Synaptic is, it's technology, mobile technology for people who have sight loss. And that's what we specialize in. So what we sell as a company is a range of Android phones and tablets and smartphones, which are powered by our Synaptic software. And these are devices suitable for a range of different budgets. They're available with different screens to maximize text size to fit neatly in a pocket or a bag, so they're convenient when you're out and about. It comes with pre-installed and configured software, which is fully set up and ready for you to use when you get your device. There is lifetime technical support on the product, so if you ever find that something's not working as it should or has worked in the past, you can give our office a call and we have a designated support team there who will pick up your inquiry and help you with your issue. It doesn't matter how technical it is, we always try and get the issues solved for you. And then the software can also be purchased on its own as a standalone for people who have their own Android devices, as long as they're supported with our software. And at the moment, we say that's Android 6 and above, if anybody's thinking about purchasing the software at the end of the demo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tech Talk at 3. It's Andrew here, your Assistive Tech Coordinator, and I'm really pleased today to be joined by Lauren Moran, who is joining us from Orcam Technologies. How are you doing, Lauren?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good, excited to be here. So we provide assistive technology for people who are blind, visually impaired, or have reading difficulties such as dyslexia or even just reading fatigue. We've got a couple of products out on the market as it stands. Some of them you may have tried, you may have tested, you may have. But today I'm going to be talking to you about one of our newest products, which we actually only just launched in March this year. So we actually launched it at the very beginning of lockdown of COVID-19. So as you can imagine, there's been a lot of online demonstrations, online training sessions happening. But today I'll be talking to you a bit more about Orcam in detail. So I'll tell you a bit about the company, the background, and then we'll go through the device as well. So I'm going to explain to you all the different features on the device, and then we're going to be doing a bit of a live demonstration using my very trusty Mary Berry's Baking Bible. Which
You know what you've been doing then in lockdown, yeah?
Well, I'd say more attempting, to be honest. But we've got to start somewhere. So,
and just so people know, obviously you are the new sales representative in our area now. For those of you that used to speak to Nigel in the past, we've now got Lauren. Andrew, your Assistive Technology Coordinator. Really pleased this week to be joined by Ian Hughes, who's joining us from Associated Optical to talk to us about their services and products that they have for sale for people with low vision, specifically digital technology. Welcome, Ian.
No worries. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for the invite and the opportunity to let me present some of the products that Associated Optical does and that may be beneficial to some of your members in supporting charities like yourself with magnification devices, with the digital devices that we'll have a look at today, through to some of the new brands that we represent, Occitec, Bioptics, and also the new live eyewear Cocoons fit overs. We'll start off by talking about why would we look at a digital magnifier? Now, there's always a misconception that you've got to pitch optical versus digital, and that's not the case. They go hand in hand. There are going to be certain tasks that are definitely better with an optical magnifier than a digital, but then there'll also be a place for digital that an optical just can't get to. So, for instance, if I start off with talking about size, everybody says to me, can I get a larger optical magnifier? Why can't I get a sheet, optical sheet that covers the page? And it's just down to physics. It's just not possible. So some of you may be aware that when you're looking at the higher powered magnifiers, so for instance, here I have a 7x 28 diopter lens. Now this one is only 35 mil in diameter. So when you're using this one, it can be quite difficult, and you have to hold it a little bit closer to be able to see what you want to be able to see. Now, that's just the way that it is. For some people, that's absolutely fine. And for little spot checks when you're out in the supermarket, that would work in absolute treat and there's no issue. But for certain others, it may be that if you're wanting to read a large body of print, that having something that size is not going to be feasible. And you're wanting something that covers more of the page. And that's where digital magnification comes into it. So size is one of the options. So one of the other benefits of digital magnification is the contrast, the different colors. Now, Eschenbach are already unique in the fact that when you have an Eschenbach magnifier, you have 3 different light temperatures that you can use. So you have a white light that we start with, and then what you can do is put an orange filter over it to reduce it down, and put a yellow filter on it to reduce the temperature to a different, to reduce it to a different light temperature to help with contrast. However, we appreciate that you might need to do that in a digital magnifier, or just need that little bit of extra help. So maybe if you've got a cataract, maybe you're needing more light because you've got macular degeneration. So what we have are contrast options within the digital magnifier that just makes it a lot easier to see.